Some artists change the game. Others create it. David Johansen was one of those. Rare few who did both. David Johansen, the electrifying frontman of the New York Dolls, wasn't just a musician, he was a movement. His recent passing at the age of 75 marks the end of an era, but his influence? That will never die. Before punk had a name, before glam rock was a full-blown spectacle, there were the Dolls, loud, raw, and completely unapologetic. They weren't just ahead of their time. They were time travelers from the future of rock and roll. Picture it, 1971, New York City. The streets are rough, the music scene is shifting, and then, BAM. The New York Dolls explode onto the scene like a glitter bomb in a back alley. They were messy, they were wild, and they were everything rock and roll was supposed to be. Dangerous. The Dolls mixed the grit of the Rolling Stones with the gender-bending theatrics of glam rock. They weren't just breaking rules, they were rewriting them. Cut to clips of Mick Jagger and Iggy Pop, highlighting the Dolls' influence on their stage presence. And at the center of it all was David Johansen. His gravelly voice, his towering presence, his ability to turn a microphone stand into a weapon of mass destruction, he was the Dolls. Even when the world didn't quite understand them, Johansen never wavered. The Dolls' albums didn't fly off the shelves, but their influence spread like wildfire. If you've ever banged your head to the Sex Pistols, The Clash, or even Guns N' Roses, you owe the Dolls a thank you. Insert interview clips of punk legends crediting the Dolls as a major influence. But the mainstream wasn't ready. Critics didn't know what to make of them. Radio stations weren't playing them. And the music industry, well, they just couldn't keep up. By the late 70s, the band was done. Internal struggles, substance abuse, and a world that just wasn't ready for their brand of chaos led to their demise. But David? Oh, he was just getting started. Most punk rockers fade into oblivion after their first act. Not Johansen. He flipped the script, trading leather and lipstick for a tuxedo and a martini. Enter Buster Poindexter. It was unexpected. It was bizarre. And somehow it worked. Johansen went from snarling punk frontman to smooth lounge singer, scoring a massive hit with Hot Hot. Hot. The same guy who helped birth punk rock had suddenly given the world its ultimate party anthem. Talk about range. And if that wasn't enough, Johansen had another trick up his sleeve. Hollywood came knocking, and he answered with the same fearless energy. He wasn't just a musician. He was an entertainer, period. David Johansen's influence is still alive and thrashing today. You can hear echoes of his voice in Green Day, in My Chemical Romance, even in the theatricality of artists like Lady Gaga. Musicians, fans, and rock historians all agree Johansen wasn't just a rock star. He was a trailblazer, a visionary, a one-of-a-kind force of nature. As one fan wrote, David's music was the soundtrack of my youth. His fearless approach to art inspired me and countless others. His legacy will continue to influence future generations. David Johansen's journey was one of resilience, transformation, and fearless creativity. He didn't just make music, he made moments. And those moments will never be forgotten. Rest in power, David Johansen. The world may have lost a legend, but his voice will never be silenced. If David Johansen and the Dolls meant something to you, drop a comment below with your favorite song or memory. Let's keep his legacy alive. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the legends of music.